Good evening, Vasters. The Puppeteer here again with another micro tutorial. Number 13 this time. What we're going to look at is how do we assign a switch to trigger a note from within setup mode. This one won't take us very long. So what I'm going to do in this case is I'm going to set the panel switch, which is labelled SW, down near the mod wheel, but you can also do it to the program switches above the category. On the right hand side of the display. You can do it on either of those or both if you want to. So yeah, let's go ahead and do it. It's not going to take us long. Let's go to default setup 128, which is just normal piano sound. Press edit. We're going to go in and we're going to find, first thing that we're going to do is that we're going to go to the foot switches. We're going to use foot switch 3, which normally is assigned to the soft pedal. We are going to set it to toggled, and we're going to set this to key velocity. Okay, so what we need, the reason that we need to do this, and we're going to set that to 127, set this to, this one doesn't really matter much. The reason that we're doing this is because when you trigger a note, there's two parts, there's two MIDI messages that come through when you press down on a note. One of them is the note pitch, and the other one is the velocity that you strike it with and the velocity that you let it go at. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to set the key velocity to foot switch 3. It's not going to be used for anything else. And importantly, what we need to do is we need to set the entry state for this one to on, and don't forget to set it to off for the exit state. So what will happen is when we come into the setup, what it's going to do is it's going to say, right, any note on messages I get, I'm going to set to a velocity of 127, or whatever you set on that. And then when I exit, I'm going to get rid of that message so that it doesn't affect all my other setups. Okay, the next thing that we're going to do is that we're going to set switch, and we're going to set this one to toggled as well. And this time we need to set the on control to key, it is, what's it called, key number. And let's set this to 64 to start with, and you need to set this to key number as well for the off control. Set this to, where are we? No, I've gone too far. This was 147, I think. Oops. Right, key number, and you've got to set this one to 0. This is important. That's how you turn the note off. If you don't set this to 0, what you'll do is you'll set it to another. It won't stop the note sounding. Okay, make sure the entry and exit state are on. It won't work at the moment. I'm pressing that switch. Nothing's happening because we haven't yet engaged the key velocity. So let's save this. We'll just call it. I'll call it Micro 13. Alright, save. Okay, and let's just get out of that. We'll get back into it. Now when I press the switch button, you hear it sound, and then when I press it, it goes off. So it takes a long time to decay. Yes, I've just switched it on. And if I do another one, I'll switch it on and then quickly switch it off so you can hear. And you can hear how it goes off. It's as easy as that, people. So if you want to set a switch, I'll show you while I'm in here where you can set the program switches. If you go across the bottom to the switch PRG 1, 2, 3, those refer to the program switches above the category. So it's between the cursor keys, or the four cursor buttons, and the alpha wheel. So it's the top 8 buttons there. You can set them to whatever you like. Okay. Well, in fact, let's do it. Let's do it now. Or he'll set it to another note. This should work because we've already set the. Let's set this to say 58. It's just to show that you can do it. Key number 0. So now when I press button 1. Oh, no, I've set it to switch 4. So you can hear that. That's the switch, and this is program switch 4. Okay, simple as that, guys. Have fun. Happy button pushing to make keys instead of pressing them on the keyboard. Hope you enjoy it. See you later.